So we've lived in this house for 5 years now, and I thought it would be fun to do just a little house tour of this home that we call Old East. This home was built in the 1890s. A couple owners ago, he was a historian, and he wrote a little book about the house and how old it was and when it was first built and all the previous owners. So that's been an interesting little booklet to read. But anyway, so this is our home. We've lived here 5 years now. It's kind of cute, this outside here, nice walkway, and then there's these bricks laid all the way across in front, and then we've planted some plants in the little planters here. Most of the plants were dead in front of the house here, and then this walkway, the sidewalk to the house, wasn't here either. We added that as well. So let's go in to the birdhouse. I call it the birdhouse because the birds love living in the roof, up in the rafters. So hopefully once we get the roof completely redone and all that, the birds won't want to live in the house so much. We replaced the front door. It used to be an old, really old wood door. We replaced that and got a new light. Used to have an old black and white, or a black screen door on the outside to keep the weather from the door. This is our front room. These are a couple of photos that one of the previous owners left with the house. A long time ago. And I had them reframed so they look nice with the house. So this is our front room. And we're in constant remodel mode. The front room has not been the focus ever of our remodeling, but it has gotten worked on here and there. This window right here, we added. It was completely boarded up on the outside at one point, and it looked just like the wall on the inside. So we've taken that out and added the window back in there. This creepy little closet under the stairs, I fondly call the Harry Potter closet. And that's because if you've ever read Harry Potter, he has to sleep in the broom closet under the stairs. So that's kind of what this closet is. Jared had to cut an access into the floor back there so that we could do some insulation and electrical. Look how creepy this is. Creepy old under the stairs closet. My plans for this eventually is to open it up and do a cute little book nook in there. But yeah, oh, this place was covered with spiders. There's Harry Potter's broom. But yeah, that's probably the creepiest part of the house there. But we have a little bit more to do in this room. Some crown molding we need to finish. The paint we've done. We need to finish the trim, and we're also gonna fix this fireplace and put in a wood burning stove. There was like a pellet stove that used to be in there, but we took it out because it didn't work. So, and we just got that railing in last year, so that looks really nice. And then to the left, if we go directly left in the house, and I'm not sure how clean all the rooms are going to be, but there's this little bedroom off to the left, and this side of the house, I believe the additions were done in the 1940s, from what I've researched. So this is a bedroom for our girls, and this house is really fun because there's an entryway there, And there's also an entryway there. And this leads into what we thought was a bedroom, but later figured out it's supposed to be a dining room because of the china hutch here. So right now we're using it as a dining room. We need it as a bedroom again, so eventually we're going to add a dining space again. And we're going to enclose the garage and make some more living space. So this is this little room right off of the kitchen. And then this, I believe, was used as a cellar space at one point for food storage and things. And it was one of the first rooms we fixed because it needed to be the playroom. I'll go show you that in a second, but it's really funny. This room, when we first toured the house, they had a bed set up here, and then they had a shower curtain hung right here to there, and so we didn't even know because they had clothes hanging on the shower curtain. So we didn't even know that there was an extra space downstairs. Now it's not a very big basement, it's just one room. So that's why I believe it was a cellar at one point. And this is a wreck because it's the toy room. When we first moved in, we had 2 less kids, and so this was actually just a toy room, but we've had 2 more kids since then, and I've taken up the dining space, so we've had to put some kids down here to sleep. But it's a cute room when the toys are actually put away. Jared remodeled and did a nice bookshelf and cubby space under the stairs. Are you stuck a little bit? There you go. You're okay. Anyway, that's a fun little space for the kids. Eventually, when we add our dining room like I want to, this will turn back into more of just a toy room and not so much a bedroom. This is the kitchen that we just remodeled. It is amazing and so much more functional and beautiful. And already lived in. And that comes right off of the kitchen, or the front room as well. Now, at the back of the house, there's these cute little decks that this one is really rickety and old and we need to fix. And then this side, there's also a deck. So that's kind of fun to have a split 2 decks. And then, oh, my daughter locked that one. That's our little half bath. I don't know why she locked that. And then this is the garage. This is where we plan to enclose and make some more living space at some point. So this will be a dining room. It's just a 1-car garage that we haven't even used as a garage because we were always planning on turning it into living space. But so a 1-car garage. Plan on putting my salon back in that corner. It actually goes clear far back, and then storage space. So storage space, salon, and then dining space eventually in this room. And then hopefully we'll be able to add a 3 or 4-car garage out back eventually. And our property is huge here. I have to show you. It's actually a double lot. So we have plenty of space to add if we need to. Nice big lot. And this is our laundry room. Eventually we're going to add a nice door to close that off so that it's not visible right from the kitchen. And then this is another little bathroom. Big bathroom, I guess. The main bathroom. And I laugh about the tile still. The tile was here, and when I first saw it, I was like, oh, I'm not sure. Pink and teal tile. But we have all girls, and the tile was in good condition, so I thought, well, we'll just keep it and run with it. So I followed the pink and teal trend and painted the walls teal. And anyway, it's a little bit wild, but I found a cute curtain that kind of ties it all in. And anyway, really nice bathroom there. Now upstairs we go. Nice new railing and shiplap. That was our focus last year. Now at the top of the stairs it splits. It goes that way and it goes that way. This is the loft space. This was our project last year, working on all this. Got the railing in. We use this loft space for basically our office and library, kind of, with all of our books and games and all of that. Jared did this built-in bookshelf, and it's completely full with games and books. This is a nice space. Really nice space. And then this is the loft bedroom, I call it. It was originally used for the baby's room, but we had to squeeze one of our other girls in here too. And this is the window out the front that's in the very front. And actually, at one point, the window was a door. And as far as I know, there never was a balcony off of the door. So big plans that someday is to turn that back into a door and put a balcony on the front of the house to walk out on. This is the original front door that we moved up here, and it works as the doorway for the nursery. Kind of a cute old door. I try to add anything old and kind of, I don't know, what's the word, charming, I guess, to the house to bring back some of the feel of the old home. Anyway, it's turned out really cute in here. Someday we'll be able to maybe just have it as the baby's room again. And one last space is the master. Old creaky stairs. This is our master. Nice big space. A little bit cluttered. I love that the master is big enough that we can have a sitting space with our TV here as well. Long enough and wide enough for our bed, and a nice sitting space that we can come up here and at night and hide from the kids and watch whatever we want. And then this is kind of cool. Got a little balcony out here that we can come out on. Let's be outside off the back of the house. Pretty nice. Anyway, we've lived in this house for 5 years, and I just thought it would be fun to do a little house tour for y'all. Kind of see what we've done. I wish you could have seen what everything looked like before. Anyway, got a lot done and a lot more to do, but we'll get there.